Hi everyone, today I'm here to bring you a Pilates Reformer workout using the Bala ring. As far as equipment goes for this workout, what you will need is a reformer and a ring or a hand weight. So this ring weighs 8 pounds, so if you wanted to substitute just one single hand weight, anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds, that would also work just fine. As always, during this workout, please feel free to adjust the springs as necessary to how you're feeling today. When you're ready, get the equipment you have set up because this workout starts now. Alright guys, so I'm all set up. I have my foot bar in the position I use for footwork. I've got 2 heavy and 1 medium spring on. My headrest is up and my straps are hanging on my pegs for later. I've got my Bala ring as well. Again, you can use a single hand weight as opposed to the Bala ring if you don't have one handy. When you're ready, let's come all the way down onto our backs. Adjust yourself to the center of the carriage. We'll start with both heels on the foot bar and the ring or the weight directly above the chest. Make sure your feet are about sit bone distance apart and that the knees and the toes are pointing straight up to the ceiling. Take your gaze up to the ceiling as well. Take a moment to notice where your back is pressing down into the carriage below you. I'd like you to feel the space between your shoulder blades. I'd like you to feel the space behind the back of your head. I'd like you to feel your sacrum nice and evenly weighted side to side on the carriage. Maintaining that position, inhale, press the carriage out and press your ring over your head, over your chest. And then exhale and bend the knees and pull the weight back down. And again, press and bend. And press and bend. So I'm trying to work with just as much effort on the press out of the carriage as the return. So as far as my legs go, I'm imagining my heels are almost dragging down the foot bar so that the hamstrings and the glutes start to engage. And when the weight comes back to my chest, I'm controlling that weight as it comes downward. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. And last one. Come all the way in, move to your toes, exactly where the heels were. Heels are lifted behind the toes. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. As you press the carriage out, lower the weight down towards your thighs. As you pull the carriage in, bring the weight up above your chest. And press, and pull, and press, and pull. Good. Widen the space between your collarbones. Settle your shoulders down onto the carriage. Last 4 here. And 3. And last one. Come all the way in, bend your elbows. Bring your heels back onto the foot bar, this time more to the center of that foot bar, and then bring one of your knees into a tabletop position. Same arms, press the carriage out, press the weight up above the chest, and then come in. Good. Again, remember to work just as much, put as much effort into the return of the carriage as the press out. Marrying your breath to your movement. Let's do 4 more here. Last one. We'll stay on the same leg, but move to the toes on that side. And then extend your free leg up to the ceiling. Weight up to the ceiling as well. Press the carriage out, and at the same time, you're going to lower the weight and the free leg down. And then lift the weight and the free leg up. Keep the heel nice and high on that standing leg. Good for 4. And last 2. And last one. Bring the weight back to your chest, switch to your opposite heel on the foot bar. Bring your other knee into tabletop. From here, we press the carriage out and pull the carriage in. Make sure that standing knee is still reaching directly up towards the ceiling. Four more to come. And last one. Come in, move to your toes, extend your opposite leg and ring up to the ceiling. When you're ready, press the carriage out and lower that long leg and the circle, and lift that long leg up. Good, last four. And three. And one more time. Good, bring the carriage in, bring that weight down. Slide your body away from your shoulder blocks just a little bit. Bring your feet down onto the platform form below the foot bar. Keep your ring at your chest, but float your elbows slightly out and up to the sides. From here, exhale, curl forward. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, lower down. Trying to get those shoulder blades to elevate up off of the carriage here. Nice job, let's do 6. And last 3, imagining the front ribs are just sliding right down to those hips. And last 1, bring one of your knees into a tabletop position and rotate towards that side. The ring can be tight to your chest, or if you'd like a little bit more challenge, you can extend the arms long and rotate. Last 4. Try to keep that opposite hip anchored down. Last 1. Let's switch out the legs. Collarbones wide. Exhale to rotate. Inhale, come center. Good, for 4. And 2. And 1. Lower your head down. Now if you have the ring, you're going to place it just right around your knees with the kind of shins dropped down towards the backs of the legs. If you're using a regular weight, what you can do is lift your shins parallel and take the head of the weight on top of the shins, squeeze the weight so that you have a little bit of added resistance, or you can do this series without any weight at all. Again, if you have that ring, place it gently around your legs. From here, take your arms down by your sides and wrap them around the outside edges of the carriage. Soften your front ribs down. Drop your knees over to one side slightly. Exhale them back center. Inhale them the other way. Exhale them back center. Beautiful. A few more side to side. Make sure that whatever your weight you're using feels nice and secure. Beautiful. So I'm trying to avoid arching my back, or overarching my back, so that really my abdominals are fully engaged throughout this entire movement. Last 4. Last 2. And 1. Come center. Bring your hands behind your head again and pulse upwards towards your knees. Good, for 8, 7, 6, last 4, 3, 2, stay lifted, grab onto your weight, extend one leg forward, the weight is going to go over your shin, and then switch, and switch, and switch. For 8, 7, 6. Now we're going to add rotation to the side of the knee that's closest to us. For 8, 7, 6, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Rest your head. Good. From here, prop yourself up. We're just going to change our springs. So I'm coming down to just one medium spring. And we're going to lay back down. Again, giving ourselves a little room between the shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Bring your feet up onto your foot bar in Pilates V. All 10 toes on the bar. Heels are squeezing together and the heels are slightly elevated. Bring the weight right above your chest. From here, we're going to start to extend the legs as we curl the head, neck, and chest forward, just to the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. And then we're going to slowly lower back down and bend our knees. And again, extend the legs and curl forward. Zip up the backs of the inner thighs and keep the heels squeezing. Let's do 3 more here and then we'll add on. Just important as the lift is the slow descent of your upper back onto the carriage. Think about lengthening down and back as opposed to dropping. Last one. Nice, now we're just going to come up higher with control. As the legs straighten, the arms go forward, the head, neck, and chest come forward, and we roll up. Maybe you roll halfway up, maybe you come all the way up to the sit bones, and then as you roll down, let those knees bend, come down with control. Inhale here, exhale as you straighten those legs, reach the arms forward. Nice, last option to add on is a lift of the ring overhead at the top. As you bend the knees, roll the spine down. Here we go again, straighten the legs as your arms go forward. Roll the spine up, maybe the arms reach overhead, and roll down with control. If you start to sneak up towards the shoulder blocks, feel free to adjust. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. And 1 more. Beautiful. Okay, slide away from the shoulder blocks. If you've shifted upwards like I have, I'm going to leave my right toes on the bar and bring my left knee into a tabletop position. We're going to keep the carriage press out for this next little series. Keep this other knee bent and lift the arms up towards the ceiling. From here, we are going to come up into a roll-up, but we're going to add rotation towards that lifted side. So take a breath, inhale to prepare. Exhale. Start to roll the spine up. As you do that, you're rotating slightly and coming up to kind of almost seated on the sit bones. And then roll down and unwind the spine with control. Take a breath, inhale here, and then exhale. Peel the spine up on that diagonal. And then slowly lower. Let's do 4 more here. Exhale to lift and rotate. Nice. Inhale to lower. Good. Trying to avoid using momentum. I just noticed myself using some. Let's do 1 more. And lower down. Good. Switch out those feet. Same thing, other side. Take your time in your setup. Make sure that your feet feel nice and grounded. Your foot feels nice and grounded. Arms up to the ceiling. Shin drops parallel to the floor. Take a breath, inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll up and rotate. And roll down and come center. Nice. It's helpful to feel like you're really pressing your foot forward into that foot bar throughout the exercise. Last 3. And 2. And one more time. And center. And lower the arms. And bend the knees. And relax. Good. Come all the way up. Let's come up to standing and do a little bit of standing work. So we are going to work on some lunging. I'd like you to put one heavy spring on. I'm going to put my foot bar in its highest position. This is optional, but you know, it's nice to have there for support just in case you'd like it. Come up to standing. Hold your weight in your outside hand. Your inside hand is going to be on your foot bar. Your inside foot will be against your shoulder block. Spine is nice and upright for now. Float your back knee up and extend through the front of that hip. From here, we're going to press the carriage out. Chest stays high. Coming down into your lunge and then pull the carriage back home. And again, press. Think about lifting through the front body. If you don't need your hand on the foot bar, don't use your hand on the foot bar. Try to keep your hips square, not let that shoulder block leg externally rotate. Let's do 2 more here. And last one. Nice. Now come back into your lunge. Tip the upper body forward a little more. Pull the elbow up by the rib as you bend the knee and straighten. So a little row. Front knee is awfully bent. Nice. Last 5, 4, and 1. Hold the back leg straight, lift your torso up again, take your ring in between your hands. From here we press the carriage out and rotate over the front knee. Come back center and rise up. Rotate as you lower, center as you lift. Last 4. Last 1. One more exercise to go here. Keep the carriage extended just a little away from the stopper. I want you to keep the back knee bent. Brace through the core and bring your weight forward of your front thigh. From here with the carriage still and the front knee slightly bent, we hinge over and come up. And hinge over and come up. So very much like a standard deadlift in, the gym. Think about lifting your tailbone up into the back to put a stretch on that front hamstring as you lean the body over. Last 4. Try to keep the carriage as still as you can. 3. And 1. And come up. And step down. Great job. Let's come around to the other side. Okay. Switch your weight over into your other hand. Set yourself up. Okay, light hand on the foot bar, torso is very upright, engage the belly, pull the front of the hip open, and then sink down into your lunge. That weight is just hanging by your side, and come on in. Nice. Option to let go of the foot bar at any time. moving at your own pace. For me, I feel a little more disconnected on this side, so I might be moving a little bit slower so that I can really dial everything in. Last 4. Long back of the neck. On this last one, hold the carriage out. Tip your upper body forward. From here, bend the knee as you pull the elbow up past the rib and extend the carriage as you extend the arm. Push weight into your front heel. Make sure it's not transferring into the toes of that front foot. 5, 4, last 2, and last 1. Press the carriage out, lift the torso up, bring your weight to your chest. Here we go again. We're going to lower down into our lunge, rotate over the front leg, and come back center. As a rule of thumb, the closer the weight is to your body, the less challenging, per se, the workout is. So if at any point you want to add your arms being extended further, you can. For me, for this exercise, it's a little too much. Good, last 4, 3, and 1. Good. Hang the weight down. You're going to re-bend your back knee and keep the carriage pressed away from the stopper a little bit. We're going to start to hinge over, reaching that weight towards the ankle, shining the tailbone up and back, trying to keep the carriage as steady in space as possible. Good, last 5. Last 3. Ooh, and 1. And come up. And step down. Good. Okay. Change to 1 medium spring. I am not using the box today. For our arm work series, I'm going to kneel facing front and back. However, if you would prefer to sit on a box, feel free. So, when you're ready, come down to kneeling. Feet against the shoulder blocks. Rest your weight so that it is in control. Grab onto your straps. I'm going to go for my longer loops. If you have a choice, you can choose what you'd rather do. And bring the weight right in front of your chest. From here, we're going to present the pelvis forward as we extend the arms forward, and then bend the elbows as we hover over the heels. Obviously, if you're seated on the box, you're removing that hip lift. You're just doing the arm portion. If you're coming into that kneeling position or high kneeling position, you should really think about opening up the front of the hips and trying not to stop before the hips come into a little bit of extension. Last 4. And 1. Beautiful. Have a seat. Take one of your straps away. Now you've got the ring or the weight in your hands, and you've got that one strap. Same exact exercise. Press forward. Bend. Now we add on, press forward, rotate, rotate, bend. If this feels too much, with the arms extended for rotation, you can press forward, bend, rotate, rotate. So you choose. We have 3 more on this side. Lots of front shoulder. Last 2. And one more. And bend. Good. Let's switch out our straps. Place that strap back. Switch to the other. And let's go again. Starting with just the forward press. When you're ready, adding that rotation. I'm rotating from the ribs. I'm keeping the ring right at the center of my heart. Good, last 3. One more. Nice. Okay, one more exercise here, one more series of exercises for the triceps. You're going to grab both of those straps one more time. Grab your ring. The straps are going to be up above the elbows and the ring is going to be close to the ceiling. From here, sit your hips towards your heels if you're kneeling. And just start to extend and bend the elbows. Elbows are high and narrow. Carriage is moving. Option to extend the hips forward as you extend the arms forward. Move smoothly. Last 4. Last 2. And 1. Have a seat on your heels. Take those straps away. Now you can do this next little series kneeling just as you are, or you could take your feet to the side of the carriage and give those knees a break. I'm going to stay here just so you guys can see me sideways, but basically I'm going to take the ring overhead again, and we're just going to do a standard tricep extension overhead. Nice. You can hold the ring on the sides. It's also kind of nice to hold it with the palms facing up here. So choose where you want to be. Slide the front ribs down to the hips. Squeeze at the top. You almost feel like the elbows can get a little narrower as you extend the arms upwards. And then not flaring them out completely at the bottom, but just focusing on narrowing them at the top. Last 4. And 2. And bring that ring down. Good. Okay, sit off to the side. I'm going to put on a heavy spring instead of a medium. We're going to do some standing work on the carriage. So I'm going to come around just to stand on this side so I can face you guys. Ring in hand is optional. To get up on the carriage safely, you always take your foot up onto the platform, we know this, and then onto the moving part of the carriage, so you're stepping up on stable. Hold the ring in front of you if you're using it. Make sure your toes are nice and even. Spine is long, tailbone reaching down towards the floor, and then we extend the carriage and pull the carriage in. I want the carriage to feel stable. I don't want it to be too light and loosey-goosey. If my head is getting cut off on this video, I apologize. Good. Keep the front ribs sliding down towards the hips. You can continue to keep your weight down, or you can lift it up above your shoulders and overhead press as you press the carriage out. So it's like holding a magic circle, right? It's haloing over your head. The shoulder blades are sliding down the back as the arms extend. Nice. For 4. Don't lose the arches of your feet. Make sure you're pressing into the outside edges of your feet. Last 2. Last 1. Bring your ring down in front of your chest. Hold the carriage out away from the stopper just a little bit. Sit down into your squat, present your arms forward, come up and pull the arms in. Try not to let that carriage move. If the ring extending is too much, hold that ring right at the chest. Last 5. Last 3. And 1. Now I'm going to shift this ring into the arm that's closest to the carriage and hang it down. From here, I'm going to extend my outside leg, my carriage leg, and I'm just going to sink down and up. Nice. 5, 4, last 2. Last exercise coming, stay low, pull the elbow, pull the leg. Stick the booty back. 8, 7, 6, maybe this thigh comes parallel to the floor. The last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, hand down on the foot bar for support, step back with your carriage leg, step off, come around, and let's switch it. Step up on the platform, step up on the carriage, comfortable distance between the feet. Take your time, hang the weight in front of you, press the carriage out when you're ready, pull the carriage in. Establish your form here, really zip up your core, crown of the head reaching, tailbone reaching in opposition. Option to extend the arms upward as the carriage presses out. That's it, front ribs sliding down to the hips. Last 4. And 1. Bring the ring in front of your chest. Bring the carriage almost all the way in, but hang out with it just a little bit outside of the stopper. From here, squat and rise, keeping the carriage steady. Optionally, you're extending your arms forward to the chest as you squat. Good for 4. Last 2. And 1. Bring your weight into your carriage leg. Extend the carriage out. Extend the carriage more as you sink down. Upper body is pitched forward here, tailbone is reaching back. You're in this side lunge. Finding your low point. 5, 4, last 2. Hang out in your low point. Pull the carriage in, pull the elbow up. Get lower. With control, right? With proper form. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Step back. Step back. Very nice job. Relax. All right, place your ring down by the side of the carriage. Take your headrest down. I'm going to stay on this same heavy spring. We're going to sit backwards. And I want you to take your loops over your knees. Smaller or larger loops, whatever fits and feels comfortable, okay? And then lay down. I'd like you to try to get the bottom tips of your shoulder blades close to the edge of the carriage. Hands behind the head. When you're ready,
One knee up into tabletop, then the other. Make sure the straps feel good. Hold the knees directly above the chest. Above the hips. Open your chest up over the edge of the carriage. And then exhale, curl up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to curl. Add a leg extension forward. As you lower the chest back. And then bring the knees into the chest. As you curl forward with the head, neck, and chest. Last 5. Last 2. Last 1. Now, all 10 toes to the ceiling. Lower your legs forward a bit. Lift them back up a bit. You should keep a little bit of tension on those straps throughout. Last 4. And 1. Bend your knees back in. Curl your head, neck, and chest up a little higher. Reach your hands down by your sides. Let's do the 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Maybe your legs extend. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to do one of each, alternating. Last 2 breaths. And rest. Rock yourself up to seated. Take your straps all the way off. Sit down on the edge of the carriage. Make sure that ring is out of your way. I'm going to move mine a little bit just in case. And let's take a mermaid stretch with the feet down, up and over. Rotate, center, lift, over, rotate, center, lift. Last 3 on this side. Find that stretch through the obliques, through the lats. One more time. And lift. Switch sides. Same thing. Hand on the foot bar just slightly in front of the line of the shoulder. Press over, rotate, center, lift, over, rotate, center, lift. Last 3. And 2. And 1. And lift. And you guys are all done. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you thought about the Bala ring if you have one. Let me know if you'd like to see more of that or if you have any other ideas. As always, please subscribe and share. It really helps me bring more content to you. And again, I thank you for being here with me, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.